Well, um, just a wee update on the Bosniak cyst journey. It's been over a week. Well, it's been probably a couple of weeks since I recorded anything, and in that time, I've been putting a castor oil compress onto my lower back every day, which hasn't been too bad. A little bit uncomfortable, a little bit of a nuisance sometimes. But I started off with a small piece, and then I made it bigger, and then it got bigger again. But I've since found an even better way to use it, and that's really just to have the castor oil compress, and then put some cayenne pepper on it. Lie on my tummy, put it on my back, and put a hot water bottle on it for an hour instead of having the compress on and walking about just trying to be normal for 5 hours. So I'll be doing that over the weekend because I'm not doing it today because it's extremely hot here. It's about 27 degrees and humid, and it has been the last couple of days. So a hot water bottle on a humid day isn't really ideal. But I wanted to talk about what happened yesterday because yesterday was the first day the first session that in my colonic hydrotherapy therapy, and it was quite an experience. It wasn't unpleasant at all, but the therapist is somebody pretty special, beautiful soul called Anastasia Allen. And fortunately, she lives about 15 minutes from here, so it was really easy to get to her. And I've known Anastasia for quite a few years, but this was the first time that I'd actually had a colonic session with her. It was quite different to the one I had previously. I've talked about that in another video. So she works with crystals. So I was on a crystal bed, which was heated, and our air conditioning wasn't working, so that was a bit of a challenge. But anyway, it was a first for me. I'd never been on a crystal bed before, didn't even know you could have one. But this bed was surrounded by tourmaline and all these lovely healing crystals. And throughout the session, she was putting different crystals on different parts of my body. This is someone who works on I'd call her a medical intuitive because she really tuned right into energies in your body, what's going on. And she just came up with some stuff that blew my mind. Suffice to say, I'll go back for another one. But immediately after that, well, I got so much information during the session, and I was surprised at how sluggish and slow my system was because it took a while to get this machine going. And the machine that she used, apparently, is the only one of its kind in Australia. She brought it from Spain, where colonic hydrotherapy is very popular. They're on every street corner, and that uses colour therapy as well. So I was in a really supportive, healing environment. It felt great, felt really, really good. And we talked and we talked and we talked. And I thought, well, how could somebody like me, who's been eating a raw food diet for the last 6 years now, nearly 6 years, have all this gunk in my tubes? And yeah, it was quite enlightening. So Anastasia explained how parasites get into your body, and most of them come in and they get flushed through, right? So don't freak out. But all of us have parasites in our body, and a lot of people, especially if we're eating raw, you do get them. But some of the challenges, because they come in the fruit and they're transparent, you can't see them. As I say, most of them flush through, but some of them don't, and some of them they attach themselves to your organs. You get things like flukes, which I've seen and read and I've heard Scott talking about. These attach themselves to your kidney, to your liver, to your gallbladder. So we've probably all got them. And then you get these, and you get tapeworms. You get worms, everybody has worms. We get tapeworms, which are the really big ones. And some of the stories that she was telling me, honestly, were quite horrific, and I was amazed. A lot of people who do juice fasts and kidney cleansing, liver cleanses and things like that, quite often get sick. And Anastasia explained why that happens. If the colon isn't clean, that's the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle, and this is how it's looking to me since I started this journey. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle, and I'm getting, over the years and the weeks and the months, I'm getting another piece to add to the jigsaw, because I'm a lay person. I'm not medically trained, and I've learned a tremendous amount from Scott. I've learned a tremendous amount from the clients and from our friends who have gone through various types of disease and major challenges, cancers and things like that. Lyme's disease, dengue fever, Rose River. I'd never heard of these until I came to Australia. These are tropical diseases, and you get them from tick bites and you get them from mosquito bites, and I've had a little bit of experience with that. So it was quite new to me. And then the other thing that Anastasia told me, which really kind of freaked me out a wee bit, was that what we're aiming for through this series of colonics is to get rid of the rope. And I thought, what is the rope? And she showed me a picture of the rope. Now, you can Google this. You can Google parasitic cleanse and then click on images in Google, and you'll see lots of pictures. And most of them are yucky. In fact, no, they're all yucky. But this morning we were having a look through, and up popped green papaya images, and we thought, oh, okay, that's good. So the good news is I'm taking the green papaya, so that's definitely helping. And what we're doing with this therapy is killing off any parasites that shouldn't be there and getting them out of my body. Now, we can't get anything out of the body. The kidney cleanse and breaking down the calcification, all of that is going to take a long time to get through the tubes and out of the body. And if the colon isn't clean, it's going to be very, very hard to do, because the colon fills up with plaque and mucus, and it gets very, very sticky. So even if you're on a healthy diet, you'll have it, unless you're doing enemas every day or every week or whatever, colonics every so often. So unfortunately, the majority of people on the planet, probably 99.9%, will have this in the body. Well, when I saw this image that she showed me, it freaked me out, because it brought back a memory that I used to have. It was a bit of a nightmare. Years ago, I haven't had it for years, but I used to dream of this black, thick, sticky, almost like a licorice flavour coming out. I was choking on it and I was pulling it out of my throat, right? And the minute I saw this, I thought, oh my God, this is the thing I've been dreaming about. Then we started to talk about how the impact that these things have on the brain. And very, very real stories. People who have had tapeworms taken out of their brain and had water-filled cysts taken out of their brain that were not cancerous. And she identified them as egg sacs of tapeworms. So we become the host. That's really the point I'm trying to get to. We become the host for these worms and these parasites. And unfortunately, you, whoever's watching this, you'll have them. Now, fortunately, we don't feel them. We carry on with our day-to-day lives, and we don't feel them. And most of us actually, tend to, if you're healthy and you're eating a healthy diet and you're active, you won't even notice you won't have any symptoms. But the minute you get something that's repetitive, then the root of that illness is going to be parasites in somewhere in your body or throughout your body. Okay, so remember, we're 80-90% water, the rest of it is blood. And these things are travelling through. The majority of them will go out your system, but a lot of them will stick. And they will then feed on what we're putting into the body. So this is why the food that we eat is so important. And things like wheat, which contains gluten, which is very sticky. It's like a glue. I mean, I used to, when the kids were small, I used to put, just to entertain them, I would put a cup of flour in a bowl and put some water in and let them mix it up and make glue and make their own Play-Doh. So now we eat that, and when bread tastes great, especially if it's freshly baked and it's got a lovely texture and it's easy to make a sandwich and all the rest of it. But once it gets into your body, it's just glue. It's just like glue. It's the wheat and the water. The acid just makes it like glue, and these things feed on that. So it's like having an alien in your body, which I know sounds awful, but today, immediately after the session, there's a beautiful soul that works with Anastasia called Kelly, and she's a medical intuitive, and I had a fantastic massage with her. I've never had a massage like this in my life. I can say that with my hand in my heart. Never in my life. So she was very thorough. She also does craniosacral therapy, which is something that I'm familiar with and I enjoy. So I was there for quite a long time. Today I'm a little bit sore because she was moving energy out of my body, and that disturbs the lymph, which is where all the poisons live. And it's the lymph, when we get those clogged up, these are the sewer systems of the body. And again, you probably know this, but the lymphatic system rarely gets any attention. And I've had a few lymphatic massages. If I go somewhere and they're doing lymphatic massages, they do it here, up here, the lymph, even just tapping every day to get that moving, because we have sedentary lifestyles. We have sluggish, our bodies slow down as well when we get older and we get sluggish. So when we wake up and we're all achy and say, it's your lymph that needs to be drained. So that's the point of doing the colonic. My next one is on Monday. Today I'm taking it easy. I'm eating only fruit and drinking lots of water. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about quickly was yesterday morning when I got up, something just popped into my head. I'd seen a video the day before, I think Scott posted it, and it was about alkaline waters, these bottled waters that we're all buying. And I had seen that the day before, so I woke up and I thought, I'm going to test our water, even though it's tank water, it's double filtered, and I drink a lot of it. So I got the pH strip and I put it under the sink, under the tap, and it just went yellow, which is acidic. Now, the video, which is on Scott's page, on his Facebook page, tells us that, I think it's called Pump, I think it is, the Coca-Cola one, quite a bulky bottle, and very acidic. Franklin Mountain Spring, which is very popular here in Australia, acidic. The Coles own brand bottled water, very acidic. The first one that showed up as alkaline was Evian water, which is usually quite expensive, lovely, French, comes out of the Alps, beautiful. I used to drink it a lot when I was in the UK. And then this one, which is called Fiji, and this actually got a better rating than Evian. And then there was another one, I forget the name of that, but the highest amount of pH levels in it. Now, that shook me up a wee bit, and I did speak to Anastasia about it. And it made me angry because I've been drinking this water thinking that it was alkaline, and it isn't. So now I'm on the hunt for one of those filters that convert it to alkaline water and removes all the minerals and toxins out of it. Because if I'm trying to alkalise my body and I'm drinking 2 litres of acidic water every day, it's the good's outdoing bad. Now, the good news is I left Anastasia and I went into Koroy to pick up some supplies, and in my local IGA, they had this on special, so I just emptied the shelf. They were selling it for $1.63, so I've got the lot. And, what was left. I didn't buy it all. But the offer finished yesterday, so I just thought I'll take the lot. And I'll go in and get some more today. So now I feel a little bit better. A little bit stiff and sore, a wee bit emotional. But I now feel that I'm on the right path. I'm eating nothing but fruit while I'm on this journey, and I'm still taking the Bowel Restore, and I'm taking Gosha's liver tonic. And I've also ordered a kidney cleanse. So quite a lot of, pricey things going on here. But I would much rather have that than surgery and lose an organ, especially when there's no cancer there. So, which of course we don't know yet, but I'm pretty confident that we'll get rid of this before January, February, when I next have to go back and see the urologist. So wish me luck. And I'll tune in a few days' time and let you know how things are going. I'm going to put links to those other products that I mentioned because some people have been asking about that. I'll put that in below. Bye for now. Be well. Eat well. Check the labels. Get your pH strips. Test your water. Remove anything that's acidic from your diet and you'll be fine. I'm going to have a colonic now and again. Bye.